How did resource therapy started? When, where did it start? What's the history behind it?
It actually goes all the way back to Paul Verdern, who was a contemporary of Freud. Verdern saw the personality having many different parts, and he noticed that when people switched from one state to another, they always took their ego identification with them. That no matter what part they were in, they thought, this is me. If they were angry, they thought, I'm angry. If they were calm, they thought, I'm calm. And whatever personality part they were in, they had ego identification, so he called those parts ego states. And several other therapies sprung from Verdern's work.
Such as?
Well, such as transactional analysis with Bern.
Okay.
Bern actually knew Verdern. And Bern simplified Verdern's ideas down to 5 states.
Okay.
And ego state therapy was the branch of Verdern's work that I initially came from.
Okay.
And ego state therapy is a therapy that's based in hypnotic work and assumes Bern's ideas of ego states.
Okay.
And it differs from resource therapy. I used to call myself an ego state therapist. I wrote a book, Ego State Therapy.
Okay.
And I still have great respect for ego state therapy. But resource therapy is another branch from ego state therapy where you can use hypnosis with resource therapy, but you don't need to. Resource therapy has a different theoretical orientation than ego state. Ego state sees the personality as splitting off into states, and a whole personality that splits off, creating states. And the way I see resource states is they are grown from coping skills. A child will do a coping skill over and over and over again, and that will actually form a state that's really good at that coping skill. And we can return to that coping skill later on in life, and that coping skill is a resource state. So all those coping skills are our resources. I like the name resource better than ego state. It's less confusing and it's more accurate, I think. And there are some other differences between resource therapy and ego state. But ego state therapy came from Verdern's work. Resource therapy came from ego state therapy.
All right, so it's like the grandchild of...
It is, in a way, yes.
All right, excellent. Thank you.